comes around to progressive revelation. It's like when I engaged Daniel and those four, Enoch and Joshua and Joseph and Bob Jones and others, they engaged me to help me where I was at the time and to help me move forward in progressive revelation. Therefore, not everything I believed or shared at the time, I would now say I believe now, because they've helped me move progressively through a process of deconstruction and renewal of my mind. So when I talked about the books being opened, my way of thinking about that was slightly probably different than what it is now. Now, I would say that Jesus Jesus coming opened the books, and therefore what Daniel had hidden was hidden until Jesus came as the truth to bring about the truth that was the end of the old and beginning of the new. So what Daniel prophesied was the end of the old system, the resurrection, judgment, all of that stuff. And therefore that find its context in what Jesus said at the end of the old age and the beginning of the new. So now I sort of say what Daniel had hidden was to, in a sense, preserve Jesus. Now, Daniel also talked about the 70 weeks and stuff like that. And those who understood the times and the seasons knew that when Jesus came was the fulfillment of Daniel's 70 weeks, because they were aware. So there was a sense where those who were willing to seek the truth would find the truth. But ultimately, total revelation and truth is now available to everyone. And the kingdom of God was given to the saints when Jesus was here, after the resurrection, and now that kingdom has continued to grow and fill the earth. So I don't believe in sort of the ages like, well, here's church age and here's kingdom age and here's this age and that age. I think there are processes that go on within time that bring revelation, that God draws people into intimacy, then he brings to change in their lives. Then, and I've done that with the prophetic timetable thing, which is a ongoing process. It didn't end, it's continuing. So I believe the truth that is available for everyone and has always been available for everyone since Jesus made it available as the truth. But people have not followed the truth and therefore have been deceived. So although the books are open, that doesn't mean people can receive the revelation of it. And hence, I think Jesus is warning to beware the leaven of Herod and the Pharisees. The religious and political spirit was not heeded, and therefore the political system and the religious system essentially hijacked Christianity for the Dark Ages until revelation began to break out. Now, there were people all the way through history, call them the mystics or call them who were more intimate with God, who heard his voice and knew him. But most people through the Catholic era and in a sense, the darkening and the priesthood and those who didn't have the truth or were restricted by what the priest said was the truth. There was a whole history of things that went drastically wrong. And then we've been on a recovery since then. But I do believe revelation is there. The way we receive that revelation changes over time, and that although the truth is the truth, my understanding of that truth has changed as I've matured and as I've become closer to God. It's enabled me to perceive the truth differently in a way that looks at, oh, maybe that wasn't even true the way I saw it before, but it was my journey. And that journey has always been progressive. So God's taking me on a step-by-step thing to get me somewhere else. So I think the books are open. Whether people can perceive that depends on the level of deconstruction and renewal that their minds have had. And some people receive some revelation that unveils something, and other areas they're totally blinkered to at that point in time. But I do believe ultimately that truth will become more available to everybody so that people can really begin to understand who God really is and the nature of that revelation. And we're all on a journey, and that journey will bring us through the stages of maturity individually, and ultimately, if more individually become mature, then the corporate thing will begin to change. So books are open, but whether we can see them or not depends on our level of maturity and our willingness to allow God to remove any darkness and deception that may have been over our eyes, hindering us in the past. If you enjoy these videos, would you please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe? It really does help. Thank you very much.